here we are. Calm before the storm, whatever it might be coming. Oh, that's right, I forgot. I mentioned this in the webinar. Was December or something. Of course, everything changes, right? So I felt December or some kind of economic situation. But you never know. I'm so worn out from work. I was going to go to the beach, and that got blocked. I got blocked twice, and I was too tired anyway. And then it started to rain, so it's probably just as well. So yeah, this was supposed to be at the beach. You can always visualize the beach if you want. So this is all we got. So the Archon energies go into that. Different. Yeah, just some of this is already mentioned a long time ago, but kind of bringing it back to some level. Of course, I'm not really set up for it. One second. I might as well do this while I'm at it. I haven't done one of these in a while. Because I have examples. I'll just say, I'll post it here. An image of a dark city, the movie. I did something for the membership too on it. I haven't posted it yet though. But Dark City, the movie has, they have like people have been abducted from other places. They don't really go into details. There's like strangers that are walking around putting people to sleep. And the city is remnants of other cities, different timelines, different places. You can also say our reality is like that too. You have China, you have Japan, you have the US, and so on. It's just like we're remnants of other fallen nations, or just copies, or just whole nations have been abducted and brought here. And so on. Everything is abducted, but there is some correlation there. There's a little bit of everything here. So, is this an experiment? I don't know if you want to call this an experiment. As a new age, it's part of it, but the experiment's trying to kill you. Especially the new agers are, dirty. Yeah, just very dirty. At least some of them are. The ones that are warning about all this, the early one, it's different because they're the people that are very third dimensional are warning about the non-physical, and it's not as easy. Of course, then they become arrogant. Some of them do. That can never happen in the spiritual community. Yeah, it's all over the fucking place. It's pretty bad when some of the spiritual community, some of that, one of like the SSP stuff, they want to do that. Other cult leader wannabes want to do the same thing. Yeah, it's gross. But even those that have been called out for being dirty, I'm going to keep doing it. I don't see how they can do anything differently. It's like, this is all we know. It's being scumbags. Selling out, that's all we know. We don't know anything else. So criminals usually feel like they're the ones doing the good, so whatever. It's all over the place apparently. Cybertime.com. Private sessions. Scheduler. Shop here. I haven't done that in a while. Not that it matters. So it's probably better. I'm not at the beach anyway for this. This is just for those that are not aware. I've done this a long time ago, but maybe not in this way. Yeah, whatever. what I'm talking about is yeah, Dark City. I don't know what the better jumping over the place. It's even on a clock where they stop time. Yeah, they stop time and everything freezes, or people go to sleep basically. You know, yeah. So that shows how they can alter time in our reality. Of course, there's no time where they are, but they are messing with our thoughts and everything. And I mean, this is like a version of it. Of course, these things are also insectoid creatures. They're like in human form, but they're like parasites, and they're dying according to the movie. So even they look like the Borg too. So well, it's beings with no color. And the city, of course, you can't really tell here. Yeah, but either way, the city is all pieces of other places. Let's put it that way. Let's see. But yeah, these are the strangers. Yeah, they can stop time and once again implant memories. Of course, they have powers. And this is this is one part of it where they're implanting different memories, but that's also the people. I mean, this is about planting false memories, so there's a truth to that. People have false memories all the time. That's why the SSP stuff is a little bit complicated. Even past lives can be a little bit complicated too, because you don't really know. Of course, the SSP people think, "Oh, we already know everything." It's like, okay, whatever. And we can even prove it. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Delusion is at full strength. If there's the city, you can say parts a view of it at least. And these characters come from the inspiration is from the vampires. From Nosferatu, the early movie, was it the 1920s vampire sound movie? I forget. I don't know how to spell Nosferatu. But this is where they came from. Well, the silent film. That was inspiration for them. And they look not much different, more modernized. So, they can come and manipulate our reality. Of course, people are clueless, so that's currently happening. People are clueless about, because we don't see them. Obviously they don't want you to see them. I don't know I think some people can see them, those that have abilities, and that's what this is about too. I mean, this character develops abilities to see them, you can say. So it's so there is pieces of our reality here. Of course, it's not perfect, of course, but this came out at the same time as The Matrix. But this flopped because it's like a horror movie. But it's like another side of The Matrix. The Matrix is more, I don't know, The Matrix messed up the people who made it. They're all changing their genders and everything. They don't know what the hell they are. I think it's backlash when they put stuff out here. Like this, the director of this, I think his career kind of tanked after this. Even The Matrix, the guys that made The Matrix, I think their careers haven't been so great after that. So of course that does happen, but sometimes you put this stuff out there and it comes back to you. So it's weird, but yeah, time is manipulated, and of course it's not always clear on our end. But I think there's a lot of truth here. Even him, he's like programmed. He's wiping his own memory. Of course, we do that astrally, but not like that. But this is more dramatic. But I mean, imagine there's something like going through that. A lot of victim timelines happening here too. But yeah, we're in this kind of bizarre, just I don't know if you call it an experiment. It's a lot more to it than that. I mean, it's one way of looking at it, but it's like a diluted version of it. Especially when your soul can be trapped here forever and everything. And some of these spiritual New Agers are like devil beings. I haven't gone into that. I haven't done visuals of that. But, reincarnating. Imagine that reincarnated devil, devil beings that are here as New Agers trying to supposedly help people. And people here, well, and also the witches that are here that have the huge following. Of course, those that have a large following, obviously the majority, maybe all of them are messing with everyone. Just they're not here for anybody but themselves, basically. But like a witch manipulating the 3D people or the Matrix people or whatever you want to call them, the clone people. That's been going on for thousands of years. You can say whatever you want against them. They're going to keep fucking doing it because people here they're shut off, so they're just. Might as well, right? And of course, it hits them karmically. Well, I guess the idea is why they, for example, why a witch would do it. The idea is if they get karma, either to do something good, to kind of sidestep it, or send it to somebody, have a fall guy somewhere. Yeah, doesn't mean they won't get it themselves, but they can. Sounds weird with that, but they can find somebody else to take on their crap to some level. I imagine it comes back to them in the long run. But like the Catholic Church, all the darkness there finally came out. But that took a long time. They say those that are screwing around with their reality only around for a short time. But the Catholic Church has been around for thousands of years, so. And I know those spiritual parasites have been around for a long time too. So most of the bad ones have been around the longest. And the good ones can't survive because they're ignored. They're not strong enough, or they're just beaten down by the bad guys. So not that you need to fight the bad guy, the bad ones personally and all that, but it's rough. They're just trying to drive you completely insane. So they call it an experiment, but they're trying to freaking experiment where they're trying to get you to lose your freaking mind. You have some devil being that's in the metaphysics. It's just living the life of being generic. Living a generic incarnation. And just, I'm not sure how that goes. It just when it reflects back to it. I guess some of these beings don't know what they are. If they do, they're not going to reveal it, that's for sure. Because they're going to put on this posh, friendly persona. Of course, it's all fucking fake. I think majority is fake. So, whatever. So, a joke. I think it's just a big sewer. Yeah, spirituality is just, another place to hide, for the narcissist to hide, at least for now. So I guess we're going to the Pleadian energies. I imagine there's other things I can go into, but I'm too tired to tap into it. There's only so much to report on, not much is happening. Not really. This month is kind of a weird one. I'm not sure where this is going to go. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's happened to, I guess, the Pleadians and to the Archon energies. Of course, the Lion's Gate is coming. I'm not too big on all that. That's all New Age stuff. If you get something out of it, more power to you. The New Agers just take advantage of it. They need something to pump themselves up. It's a business, right? Okay, I'll connect to the Pleadian energies and go from there. Blessings. Greetings with the Pleadians. Yes, but now it's about spectacle. There is some that need attention. Yes, there is narcissistic beings, of course, especially in your world that has the natural world. The individuals here that are not, yeah, to go into their darkness, as you can see, and they haven't quite, as you can see, released it completely due to the mind control that's happening here. Mind control brought them here to be kind of like energetic slaves. And as they're keeping the creature alive that's controlling them, they're like fueling Big Brother, you can say. Not to put paranoia out there, but it is fueling the system until they're ready to love themselves again. You know, it can be very simple. Just inner love, just a little bit. You'd be surprised how many don't want it. Truly. Would rather be part of the slave of the system than love themselves. And yes, some of them are, of course, going through victim energy. Well, it's hard. Like, there's so much victimhood here. It's hard to like not find it within yourself because it's so common. You know, if people are hugging a tree, you'll be hugging a tree. That would become normal, but that's not. Instead, it's just somebody feels sorry for themselves. Not everybody, but a good portion are in that mindset. It's what they don't have, and there's parts of it's good to have goals, but some are yes in the complete victim mentality that they can't get out. It's a process, something they need to go through. That's why I incarnate here multiple times to go through the human experience of human dread. And it's just this is just a perspective. You know, this is just one incarnation compared to the feline beings that go through their darkness. And technically, they're helping you go through it, but there's also other beings that are here that are going through their trials, their soul misgivings, you could say. But also, yes, your animal frequencies are here. Your elephant, your bear, and all. Of course, all of that's alien energy. Of course, as a child, you're raised to feel like that's all normal, and it is. But also, it's foreign to your world, meaning like they're brought here to assist you. But that's all alien energies, technically. But of course, your world just sees it as, once again, normal. We don't have any people that are bear, half human, half bear. I mean, technically, you do. You have many that are humanoid shaggy dog, but in human form. You have fish people in human form. You don't look like a complete fish, but you have some remnants of it, and so on. So in the feline energies, there's different as. I mean, yes, they have their own darkness. I mean, that's the whole idea is to, the inner desert, the inner, to find inner peace, but to truly, yes, you have these high vibrational realities, but many of them have not experienced the other side of that, the mirror. And this planet is the mirror. It helps you see more of the shadow. And it could be, yes, a horror movie. It can create hell, as you can see. But it can also, this world has hell on it, but also you can find some kind of paradise also. We're not too complacent. You are, a balanced out reality. We're not completely confused. But there's different pieces here. So it's a little bit of everything. The majority of your society, of course, is going to do what it must do. And once again, many are ignoring, they don't want it. They're not either want to heal or have any insight. They're not interested. As some of you have noticed. And that's fine. That's why their world continues in this, level. Many actually, they're influenced by others and their darkness. It's like, I'll just bring my own darkness through and just ruin everything. Yes, and use people and so on. Well, some have been used, they start using others, and it just that burns out over time. It comes back to the soul because it just wears itself out. And then what do you have after that? Especially in vampiring everyone around you. But then you look older than everybody else. You know, they might look old, but you look worse because those that are vampire people can only go so far. Yes, but yes, vampires can look very, live a long life, but it comes back to them in the long run. So in your path here, it's balancing darkness. But realize many don't realize here they even have it, or they're living it and just see it as normal. Not to say there's anything bad about it. It's just that the balancing is difficult. It's recognizing it, but not letting it consume you. Of course, the Archon beings are, just they want to consume you because they want your power. It's like you're a thing to them, and it's something they can play with. So